Show me the money.
How you want to sit, babe?
I don't know. Obviously, you're gonna edit all this shit out.
Yeah, maybe. Might be fun for
It's
the
good for you. No.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going in now. Threatening me and shit. Hey!
Welcome to the Loving Lacey podcast show for the 360.
Oh!
I probably spoke too softly, honestly, for that. I bet you.
We'll do it again. Like you said, I'm editing, right?
Welcome to the Loving Lacey podcast show for the 360.
Oh. It's your boy B, aka Be Active.
And I'm Lacey from Lacey.
Love, love, love. We got a couple things to talk about this week.
Let's talk about Willis.
What you talking about, Willis? First off, I'm going to go ahead and start out with my week and weird things that keep happening to me. So,
weird things. Like strange things?
Strange, amusing, funny. All kinds of just what the, you know? So basically, I got a new car. In the process of getting this new car, you know, you go through the financing process. They tell you the deal's all settled, all that, blah, blah, blah. So a week after I got this car off the lot, they gonna call me and tell me that I gotta bring the car back because my license is not valid. And I thought to myself, that's interesting because on my license it says it's valid till 24. I have no suspensions. So, go online, look it up. Sure enough, it says this license is not valid. I need to take a driver's test and a written test. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I spent my whole lunch, went to the DOL. This is where it gets like Twilight Zone-y weird. I get a number. Amazingly, of all this story, I'm next right when I get there, so it's cool. I go to the counter. I say, hey, this is what's going on. Here's my license, which clearly shows it was issued on this date. It's not expired until 2024. Can you tell me what's going on? So she gets to looking it up. And she's like, prints up something and it says the same thing that it told me online. I'm like, okay, I already know that. I need to know what's going on with why this is coming up as an invalid license, saying I need to take a driver's test and a written test and all these things. This lady is serious when she says, that's not my department. At that point, like, I couldn't even be mad. Like, I'm at the DOL, Department of Licensing. I have a problem with my driver's license giving me fake news on its online report. And at the DOL, they're telling me it's not their department. Whose department is it when you have a license problem? Crickets?
Department of Licensing.
The Department of Licensing.
Or sometimes the court, I guess, because the court has to release stuff often, I found out when.
Yeah, when you have stuff to be released, but there was none. So she's like, oh, go sit down and we'll figure it out, and I'll email whoever's department it is. 30 minutes later, I'm sitting there, and finally I actually hear someone else in the DOL saying, Supervisor! Supervisor! I need a supervisor! Which gave me the idea, like, I need a supervisor too.
Did you do that? Supervisor!
No, that's what got my attention, because whoever he was talking to, he just shut him down. He was like, Supervisor! Never said something to him. He was like, Supervisor! He did it like 4 times. So I walk up where the guy checks to it, and I was like, hey, can I get a supervisor? She comes out, I tell her what happened. I'm like, yeah, so whose department is it in the DOL to deal with the driver's license problem? She takes my license. Oh, it's clear, it's fixed. Just like that. I'm like, man, that was a whole lunch, whole hour wasted for no reason. They made some weird flukish mistake, deemed my license invalid, and then fixed it, and then didn't tell anyone they fixed it. So the lady behind the counter never got the memo. So they just had me sitting in there, and that's super annoying, super frustrating.
They wrong.
They wrong for that. Babe went to a Food Depot.
Yeah. It's called the Food Depot. It's across the street from the post office in Lacey. There's a little gravel area, and they have several food trucks. Always there, all the time. However, on the first weekend of every month, they do an event hosting. So vendors go and post up their little tents, and it's like probably from 5 to 8 p.m. I believe. They have the vendors out there on top of the food trucks, and then probably some extra food trucks. And they had like a balloon animal making guy. He was amazing. He made my daughter a baby with a diaper balloon.
With a diaper on? Like, that's
yeah.
dope.
So we'll post a picture.
That's what's up.
And then Achilles' little Pokemon, which was amazing as well. He was cool. He was doing it for free. I had got a card for him, so we could probably take a picture and post that as well.
Okay. Yeah, you already know that. Some pictures will be in there. So that happens in Lacey?
In Lacey. Across the street from the post office.
Across the street from the post office in Lacey, Food Depot.
Yeah, there's also like, I never realized that they have put up, there's like a little, it's like a train themed park. So it's like train themed, the toys are like train themed. So that was cute too. And I never really noticed that because you're usually driving by it, like, you know.
Oh, the post office?
3540, yeah. Not really like looking at that stuff.
We have to go check it out then, for sure.
Yeah, it was cool.
What y'all, I don't know if any of y'all energy drinkers, but that Juneberry Red Bull though, it's like that. I've been addicted to them ever since somebody put me on.
You were addicted to Red Bulls before, remember?
A long time ago. Nah, but the Juneberry, I think it's a seasonal flavor. It's delicious. Usually we do the sugar-free ones, but the Juneberry's on Pizzoink. Sugar-free! For sure.
I like Lotus.
Yes.
I love Lotus. Get a little bit of cream in there, get your little flavor that you want. It's delicious.
So my brother, speaking of Lotus, David, he'll be on the show soon. I'll cut a picture in here, maybe with his logo, but he's actually investing in a coffee stand. He's already got his logo and his LLC, and I think it's called Wake Your Game Up. Is the name they came up with. They got a cute little logo. It's pretty dope. And he was actually, last time I was FaceTiming him, he was making his own drink flavors, and I kind of brought that up to him because my wife drinks Lotus. And so he should be having his own Lotus energy drinks with different flavors. And I think that's going to be, that's a good investment, man. A lot of people, you know, coffee stands in general are making lots of money, regardless whether they're bikini baristas or just regular coffee stands. I know Dutch Bros is killing the game. I have never driven by a Dutch Bros when they're open, where the lines are stupid long when they're running out to cars, 10 cars back, making sure they get their drink and their order. So that's cool. You know, I'm all about the entrepreneurship, as you can see. Pursue it if you want it. The new logo, the hoodies came in. This is me, his and hers hoodies. The kids got their own
life,
too.
good night.
Hey, I got the hat to go with it. You know, we got our Loving Lacey hats right here. Everything's doing well. Like, we just, you know, I try to embody the phrase, like, just pursue it 365. If you take one step every day towards a goal, by the end of the year you've taken 365 steps towards what you want. Like, there's no way you can fail if you're taking consistent movements towards what you want in life, towards your goals. If you save, you know, a certain amount of money every month and you just keep it in there, then you're going to reach a goal and you're going to be able to do the things that you want in life. And that's just basically what it's about, you know, with my life coaching, my family navigation, my peer work. It's all about motivation. Pursue it if you want it. Like, pursue your dreams, you know, make your dreams reality.
And sometimes having a goal, you might have to restart your direction of reaching your goal a few times, but that, as long as you don't give up, you'll still get to the goal.
Yep.
You just, you might start out working towards your goal and then you might stop for whatever reason, but you can always pick back up and try again and try again and try again until you get there.
Just like me and the bro was just talking, like, you hear cliche phrases all the time, but one that my son mentioned on one of the episodes, and me and my homeboy was just talking, like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like, it sounds like you hear these things so much that sometimes you might hear something the 100th time and then it resonates or it just has profound meaning to you in that moment, even though you've heard it all your life. All these different cliches, these sayings, but they derive from somewhere. There's profound philosophical universal truth. If you don't take the shot, then you miss it because you never took it. Like,
shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. Stick your goals out. Make them. Talk about them. If you got plans, goals, dreams, ideas about business, the more you talk about them and put them out there in the universe, the more likely it's going to manifest, because you never know who's going to have a business like that already, or someone who's already ran a business that you're thinking about, and they could be like, oh yeah, I've done that before. Here's how to do it. And then boom, you got a free mentor. But if you keep this stuff in your head, or you think it's not going to work, or you basically, that negative self-talk that a lot of us do sometimes, that talks us out of doing things that we want to do. Just pursue it if you want it.
You know how we like to bring up news and stuff that happens around town? Something crazy that happened the other day. The mushroom farm was on fire. The old mushroom farm was on fire. So for those of you that know, that they switched locations a few years ago. And so it's an abandoned lot. And the other day, I had got a call because we live close to there. And someone was like, hey, just so you know, the mushroom farm is on fire. It's kind of bad. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, that's crazy because I had just left home like 20 minutes ago and I didn't see anything, So like, obviously it went fast. And then sure enough, I leave the grocery store and I go home and the traffic's all crazy and they got 2 fire hoses from different sides on ladders or whatever, putting that out. So I'm driving and I see my nephew on the side. He goes to Nisqually Middle School, So I text him. I'm like, hey, what are you doing, boy, on the side of the road watching the fire? And then he messages me back and says, oh, it was my friend. She got arrested. So then...
That makes my eyebrow raise because I know them type of friends. She's 12 years old and she got arrested for unlawful imprisonment, assault with a deadly weapon, and the arson relation. I actually...
But arson is no joke. I know it is. Like, of all things, arson is like one of the top, worst, right? They do not play with that, so... Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, because I listen to the news when I'm at work on my laptop. I just click on the articles and let it play, and they were like, yeah, a 12-year-old girl was apprehended for in association to the fire over there, and she also was accused of other charges, an assault too, and a kidnapping or unlawful imprisonment. I'm like, man, what is this little girl doing? Yeah, but not only that, but fire, just imagine, because you got the rack right across the street, you got Nisqually Middle School across the other street, you got hella housing developments, it could have been extremely worse, Luckily, the fire department was literally, the driveway across the street, so luckily, they were able to get there and get it out, but it did take them a long time, hours.
Yeah, it was a lot of smoke, we see it firsthand.
Yeah. So that was crazy. I can't remember. There was some more bike on motor vehicle accidents.
No, there was one that the Olympian had in there. A 47-year-old dude that got into a traffic dispute and dude smoked him. Shot a dude in the freeway, killed a 43 or 44-year-old got killed.
Here?
Yeah, here in Lacey, off of Marvin. The guy, it was a traffic dispute. It was one of the articles. Like I said, I pull up the articles of the Olympian, usually right when I get into work, and I have my laptop on this side, my other work laptop, and I just hit play and let it read the articles to me. And they were talking about, they apprehended a 44, 45-year-old man, and he killed somebody else in their 40s in a traffic incident.
Yeah, that's crazy. You're doing too much. I'm sorry, but
yeah, it's crazy. Right over here on Marvin, like all these things been happening on Marvin.
Yeah.
That episode we had where the dude got hit on a bike.
And then again, a few weeks later, someone else got hit by a bike right there again in that same area.
Oh,
and then
remember we drove by the motorcycle accident. By the log cabin.
Versus car accident in the middle of the afternoon.
Middle of the afternoon the other day, like we seen that, and that was bad.
Yeah, it looked bad.
It was bad. Like a Jeep, pretty much. The motorcycle was damn near 50 yards away from where the Jeep was at, so it either drug him or the person went flying off them. Like, it was bad. It was real bad. There's just been a lot of accidents lately because I commute from Tacoma down here. I'm constantly in traffic and driving by bad accidents. Like, I don't know if it's the season. I don't know what's going on, but I've probably seen less than or more than 5-6 accidents just in this last month. Just driving from Tacoma exit 134 just to Lacey. I've been seeing accidents all the time. Like, it's sad.
I don't think that we had an episode since, but I went to another new water spot and checked it out. It was called Sunnyside in Silicon. Super nice little beach. It is the beach. It's the bay. So your kids are not, the water's freezing and it's salty and there's crabs and jellyfish and stuff like that. It's the bay. So, like, my kids are not into full-on swimming, but they did dip in and dip out, and they mostly, like, played in the sand, built sandcastles, looked for crabs. But they did have, like, a really nice grass area with park and toys, and it's a very cute little place. It's in Silicon again. It's called Sunnyside Beach. That's somewhere you can go this summer. It's $5 to park, and that's it. And then this is not new, but I just haven't been there for a really long time. We went to Lake Taps yesterday, again, which is super, super, super nice. And there's so much space. And they're like a limited facility. So it's like they have a toll booth, right? So you pay your little $7 to park. But once the parking lot is full, they only do one car in, one car out. So it's not overcrowded because...
So long story short, if you're going to do a Lake Taps trip on a hot day...
Go in the morning.
7, 8 in the morning. Get up there. Preserve your spot. Get comfortable. Because, my wife was in that car line for like an hour texting me like, oh, this is so crazy.
Yeah. And it's like 45 minutes from town, from Olympia, Lacey.
Yeah, from Lacey. It's a good 40, 45 minute,
But I got there. I made it. I waited. We got in. Airy swim around a little bit. It wasn't even that hot yesterday either, but it was still it's just a nice lake. There's a lot of area to be.
Shout out to Sis. She was celebrating her birthday up there.
Yep, happy birthday, Tara.
Yada yada, yeah. For sure.
Another year down.
Yeah. In other news, some of y'all know my brother Breadleon. He been grinding his ass off in this music thing. He been doing it 20 plus years. Some know him as the face of the P World, which is another word for Pittsburgh. And in good news, he got accepted to perform on the stage of BET Awards this year. Hey. He about to be on the show. He about to be out here. We about to throw some shows with him out here. Man, Loving Lacey podcast. We're gonna host the show. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be turned up. He's gonna get on a couple episodes. Man, I'm super, super proud of him. Super happy for him. Like, he's been working so hard, so long. Fat Joe FaceTimed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's big. Somebody that's been in the game that long, just constantly doing music and just doing what they had to do, man, to get where they got. He deserves it. Big kudos to you, bro. Your picture's going up in the edits. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't wait to get up here so you can get on the show and just kick it and see the fam again. He was down here when I first got out for like a week. Always a good time. Good, good energy, good vibes. I love you, Breadleon. Proud of you, bro. Good job on that.
Proud of you, too.
Movies we seen lately. I looked at the new Mario. A little nostalgic, but overall...
It was cute. You were laughing your ass off. What are you talking about?
I was laughing.
What are you talking about?
It was.
He was laughing.
I was laughing.
He was into it, locked, and he was on the screen locked. Okay. and he was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, but I expected something different. Just because it was funny doesn't mean it was what I expected.
What did you expect? Because we had already had conversations about how people were in the ratings. So
yeah.
What did you expect?
I expected just
that they didn't already say.
More realistic to the original game setting. Like, it seemed like all the spaceships looked the same. Like the Superman spaceship, the you know, when what's his name from the Marvel movies, you know, when they come down on these big spaceships that look like rocks like this. Like, you know, King Koopa was on like a pirate ship, like the Hook. And in this movie, it was like a big alien rock. It was just certain little things. I don't know. It was good. It was funny. It was cool. One movie I did like, though, was the new Guardians 3. Pretty much the main character in this movie is Rocket, you know, the little raccoon. And that movie was dope. It was fire. Probably the best Guardians of the Galaxy movie out so far. Hands down.
It was a long movie.
Most of them are long, like, you know?
Yeah, I'm just not good with movie theater. Long 2.5, 3 hour movie. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like to be sitting, like, having to be still for that long unless it's like a super intense thriller.
But you know, me, my brother, my sons, we're big Marvel buffs anyway. So anytime they do it right, we're in there, we're supporting it. And my little brother's about to go see the new Spider-Verse movie right now, the cartoon one. But he's on it. He's like, yeah, they got a good copy on the website, but he's like, it's Spider-Man. I gotta go support. So he'll be on the episode here coming up soon. He'll probably talk about that, and I'm gonna be asking him later how good it was. Was it worth going to the movies, or could he just watch it at home? But
was it worth it?
Was it worth it? That reminded me of some shit. I can't remember now. But yeah, also, so on Facebook, I did start a new group. It's a public group called the Parenting Bank, which is it's been really a good turnout so far. It's been like less than a week. Some of the polls on there, I actually changed my mind about some things. Like one of the polls, I was asking parents, like, at what age are we enforcing baths and showers? And the poll was daily, every other day, weeknights, as needed, and then there was an option for other. Nobody chose other. The one that got the most percentage was every other day for younger kids. And prior to that poll, I was like opposed to that. I was like, every day should be, you know, you get in the bath. But hearing the feedback on that poll and my wife's understanding, and it allowed me to change my mind about that. So
basically, he was questioning me, okay, until he heard it from all the other people. Then he was like, oh, okay, because I was, whatever your comment was, you said that literally. You're like, okay, because I was thinking my wife was just being lax or whatever because she didn't want to something.
Well, there's some times where you don't want to fight or argue with them, and that was the reason that they wouldn't get in the bath, because you didn't have the energy when they decided to battle with you about it.
It would just be a chaotic situation. But it's happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have went through phases as well. Like, I was doing every day for a while, and then I'm like, you know, they don't need it. They're so little. They're not getting dirty like that. Every other day is fine. But absolutely every other day, no matter what. And then, if they want to in between, cool. If they need to, absolutely. It's not
lakes, pool, just things that
and it's not
require
that they
them
can't.
to be clean.
It's just that, for sure, no matter what, no if, and, or buts, they are minimum every other day required.
And our son likes to be in the bath. He'll ask for it. So
yeah, and also I think I'm like trying to. I know that it's really like up to them, but it's like, at what point do you like make them start taking showers? You know, I think Aries is about to be 9. I think she should be really just showering unless she wants to relax. So I think that it should be like a majority shower, and then on. I
mean, some adults still take baths if they have the time. I think.
Right, but not on a daily for their daily cleanse.
It is. I mean, it's a preference thing. They're humans. They're gonna decide. Yeah. You know, Achilles is 6.
Do I stop washing them? I always wash them because I want them to be washed good. I want their hair to be actually washed, and I want their butts to be washed good. So I don't just like put them in there like, okay, come out when you're done. Like, no, I go in there, I start the water, I wash their hair, wash their bodies, and then they can chill and get out when they're ready. But at that point, at least they're all washed up, and I know that they're actually clean.
Yeah, I mean, they'll get to an age where a shower will feel better and quicker when they're comfortable. Especially, you know, we got the ones where you pull off. They got the hole so they can actually hold it and shower themselves.
Yeah, I mean, really, Aries should be doing everything herself at her age right now, but it's not that she can't, because obviously they both are capable of doing it. It's that I want to make sure she's actually bathed and clean, and I don't think that's wrong with me. I don't want my daughter to be stinky or my kids to be stinky. I'm like,
yeah, it's just like the hair and the way that Aries goes to school. Like, for a while she wanted her hair done, and then all of a sudden she doesn't. She wants to go and be unkempt. And then, you know, I think we talked about this before, but like, we went to the school during conferences, and it's like looking around, oh well, maybe that's why all the other little kids in her group age area are unkempt is the new style. Sweats, hoodies, hair a mess, and so she wanted to fit in, and so it made sense to not push the issue, to get your hair done and be all pretty and combed and gelled and braided and all that stuff. Sometimes she asks, and we do it. It's cool. It's better that way. But you know, it leads me to my next thing. Like, for adults, one thing I want to touch on is like time management. Like, how are we managing our time to do all the things that we want to do in the day? Because it don't seem like there's enough time in the day to just do everything. Like today, we had a lazy Sunday, didn't go anywhere, probably watched about 3 movies today. And for me, it's kind of just catching up. They're older movies, but I ain't seen them yet, so it was a cool, relaxed day. But just during the week, trying to alternate between, obviously we both have, you know, 40-hour week jobs, and then we have things that we want to do. We try to incorporate working out and gym time, and I've been lacking on that, which, you know, bothers me because I want to get back into it. But my commute, my job, then I have graveyard jobs that sometimes we both do and take shifts. It's just one of those things where, I don't know, you make time, I guess, for the things that are important to you, and right now we're just working and saving and grinding out because we have things that we need that cost money. So
yeah, and I think too, like for me during the week especially, I feel like I'll make a list of like stuff I need to get done or have to do, and what will happen sometimes is like I'll push it to the next day, but sometimes I'll get all of this stuff done in one day that needs to get done, and sometimes I'll make a task like per day and just do like at least one thing per day, you know what I mean, that needs to be done. But like I get in my head about stuff like that too. So like if I'm just home all day and I don't leave, it like wears on me, you know. Sometimes I need to get out and run that errand real quick, or like on the weekends, especially when it's nice out, because in the winter I'm for sure a hermit. I loved it when it's rainy and it's cold outside. I like to just be all cuddled up in the warm, cute house, and my house is always all decked out and cozy. So I'm already a hermit. Then when it's nice, I like to be outside. Today was a little hard for me because I wanted to get outside, but we were just kind of like relaxing as a family, and we don't have a lot of days like that.
Yeah, we're busy, and not only that, I'm not all the way home yet. Hopefully, by the next episode, I'll be home. You know, I won't have to make that commute, which is literally 10 hours a week, and just driving, and then being tired because I'm getting up early just to drive down here, just to go to the gym, just to go to work, get off work, and there's barely any time I gotta rush back up there, so I'm back there on time. Then I see my family on the weekends. So it's like today, I didn't go anywhere. Cost of leaving did not apply to us today. That's $100 we saved today, babe. For real. Every time we leave, $100. Gotta work on that too. Just don't leave. Save all your money. Stay in the house. Nah. But it's good though. It's about to be summertime. A lot of things coming. We got, fairs is coming around. Shout out to Kira and Austin. They dropped us off some of that delicious, what is it? I can't think of the word.
Roasted corn.
Roasted corn. Oh my
Slapping.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And it's
white sweet corn. Well, the corn we got, I'm sure they probably have different kinds, but the one that we had was white sweet corn. Super good. Didn't even have to put butter, nothing on it if you don't want to. It was delicious.
Yeah, super proud of my boy Austin. Like, I've known him since
I've known him since we were 12. I was 12.
She was 12, so we've known him,
or
which is super funny because like one of her best friends, we talked about doing a foodie episode with Jessie. I've known her, like we used to run away together, and all this, and this was my wife's one of her best friends from back, and we never crossed paths until our adult years, and there's so many people we both know and have known since we were in our teens, and we're only 2 years apart, so it's just funny how things work out sometimes, you know. Living in it was a smaller area back then, but, you know, Lacey's kind of growing. We're getting a bigger population. Olympia's growing. Talmarta's got a whole bunch more stuff since the last decade, like, for sure. Like, I was around when they put that Salish Middle School up in Hawks Prairie, and then actually when my kids, Eric and Olivia, went, I think, if not the first year, the second year that it was up, they were going there, so... Yeah, we watched a lot of growth in our city. A lot of new up-and-coming stores and shops and just people trying their hand at entrepreneurship. And what was that store again? We shouted out to them on one episode, but the one where you got the stuff, the secondhand stuff? Rom and Heather's? Moonchild. Yeah, I just want to give another shout out to Moonchild. It's downtown. It's like that. Go down there, get your deals while they hot, because they hot. And secondhand stuff, and then you say it's no more than one previous owner, so it's not like it's good stuff, up to date. Got Jordans for like what, $12 or something, $8?
Yeah, the ones we got were $12.
Yeah, definitely worth to go look see. Go look see what you can get, see what you can spend your money on.
Yep.
You know, and speaking of that, some of y'all may or may not know, me and my brother from another mother, Mama's boy, aka Brian. You know, I gave his mom a big shout out on the Mother's Day episode, but we are running the Red Merchant. Pretty soon we're about to have a huge yard/garage sale, whatever you want to call it. We'll be handing out our business cards, kind of introducing ourselves back to the community and what we're doing and how we're moving with our products. So looking forward to that here this summer. We'll be doing that soon. Brian will be on the show pretty soon. And, you know, so when you guys start seeing the red M, just know the red M means more. More savings, more convenience, more deals. That's what we about.
And upside down's a W.
And upside down's a W for Willis. It wasn't done on purpose, but it just happens to be a fact. You dig? Anyway, shout out to Lacey. We love you. We out here. We repping. Shout out to all the upcoming guests. Rob Wiggins hit me up. He is the leader of a super big car club. He wants to come on and talk about that. I'm with it. We're going to have him on. Joshua Smith doing big things in the peer work in the community. Him and his boy about to come on. Caleb Tucker from Oliware. He about to bring some of his. He's the one that prints these for us and makes that happen.
Yeah, he'll be on the show. If you got an idea or you want to get up on here, hit us up.
You already know. Drop comments on the YouTube page, on the Facebook page, in the DM.
It go down.
Loving Lacey Podcast at gmail.com. However you send the message, you will get heard. We will catch it. We will respond. Loving Lacey, the podcast show for the 360, has a Facebook page. Me, my wife, and Calvin. Cal from Cal. We all have access to it. We can all read the messages. We'll get at you. Anyone that's got at me so far, I told them, yeah, all you got to do is show up. Hold up your end of the bargain, you'll be on the show. It's no problem. We out, though.
Deuces!